going on, everybody? It is that time of year, the best time of year. You know what it is. It is football season. And of course, we are here. The Cowboys cutting up. J-Stogs, the Buff Nerd. Trey Collis, the voice of Hillside. Or Hill Country Sports. I'm sorry. Hillside.
Well, I'm from the Hill Country, dude. Hill Country.
Hill Country. Hill Country Sports.
Little hills that we
This
call
is the voice.
Texas.
We're already starting.
We're in mid-season form, baby.
Mid-season form, unlike our Dallas Cowboys. But hey, you know what? So glad everyone is here. Glad football season has started. Yes, I'm going to get it together, Big Game. Don't start with me already. Again, mid-season form. Look, the preseason is here. The America's team has already had their first game, so that's how you know. No, I'll tell you what, Trey. You know it's football season when the presidents of the Cowboys hater fans come out and they announce it to the world. Yeah, okay, Dak is in mid-season form, whatever. I don't know what that means. I mean, he's on the sideline, so that's not mid-season.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
17 weeks, tell you that.
Great 18 weeks plus. We're going to make the playoffs. We will make the playoffs. Of this, I am sure. Will we win the division? I'm not worried about that. Let's make it to the playoffs. That's what we need to do. But let's back it up. There's been some news that has been happening in the offseason, right? The latest is that Zach Martin has actually agreed to a new contract, which is great. 2 years, but he was $36 million. So he said, hey, I want to get paid, and it's guaranteed. It's all guaranteed. He wants to get paid for, being the guard that he is in the league. I say, yeah. That's fair for him. And yes, you're right. We will make the playoffs. We'll make the playoffs. I don't know about the Bucks, but we will. It's a fact. Would you say that it is fair? The deal that he got was fair. Well, first of all, do you think he should have held out?
Me personally, I think it was all a ploy for him not to be at training camp. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. Like he knows the playbook. He knows what he needs to do. For God's sake, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He got his bag already when he signed in 2018. And now we all know how his contracts work. That's why we're so adamant about Dak. Just sign Dak Prescott because it's gonna look big right now, but then all these quarterbacks are gonna basically surpass him, and Dak's gonna look like stupid, like, whoa, why are you paying him just so little? Yeah. But I mean, I think both sides came to a good deal. I mean, $18 million over 2 years, $5.5 million extra money you're going to get, and Zach Martin's paycheck. His family's going to be happy getting that extra.
Sure.
And that was pretty good. But honestly, I think Zach, when preseason, if it came to the last week of training camp, last preseason game, he was still holding out, I would have been like, okay, we got a problem here.
Right.
But I think both sides came in like, all right, preseason game's already started. I'm not going to miss any more checks. Let's go. Let's get back to it. Let's get it. Let's get it going. So, I now all this national media and everybody else like that, they're like, "Oh, it's a big deal for the Cowboys." Oh my God! I'm like, no, shut up. Everyone in the world knew that Zach Martin was going to get paid, or he's going to come to camp because he's going to have to forfeit bigger money if he would have missed game days.
Yeah, so, he gave up $50,000 for that first game. So, and that may not sound like a lot, a drop in the bucket, but it's still money that he's going to have to give up, and he cannot, they can't rescind it because he did miss. So there's 50 G's less. But like I said, 36 million or whatever it is. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Also signing Ezekiel Elliott, the door for him to become a Cowboy again, which some people, this guy, was kind of hoping against hope that, maybe he would come back. No, he is signed with the New England Patriots, which, realistically is a good signing for both of them. I cannot say that it's not. They need a good running back. They need somebody that can block. and they need someone that can run in between the lines or in between the tackles. And they got that guy. And you have Bill Belichick, who has revitalized those backs. I'm looking at was it Sonny Michel and LeGarrette Blount.
LeGarrette Blount.
I mean, LeGarrette Blount, he was done, right? And he came back, and I believe he's on the Super Bowl with them. So, yeah, I wish Zeke all the best as long as he's not playing the Cowboys. And there you go.
He will be playing the Cowboys this year, won't
he? He will. I think he will.
Yeah, because we're playing the
We are playing him. I think 13 or 14 or something like that some week. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting nonetheless to see what he'll look like now in a Patriots uniform. Let's get to the elephant in the room, man. I mean, let's just jump into it. We've seen the first preseason game, and of course, none of the starters are playing. The performance this past Saturday, what did you think of the second team defense? Because that wasn't first team, but the second team defense. I was worried. I'll put this out there. I was worried about the run defense. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
I'm still worried about their run defense based upon what I saw this past weekend. And again, I know it's not the first team. Tank wasn't out there. Michael wasn't out there, but Mozzie was. And I know he's playing interior, but man, it looked like some people were very confused out there. Got caught up in the middle, and a boy went outside, and that was it. And just ran wild. So what do you think about this defense as it stands right now? The second team, the ones that will be coming in, helping out, spell these guys.
Can you ask me after week 3 of preseason? The reason I say that is because I feel like they're just using it as practice as I say that. Like I feel like we're trying to see who fits where. Like if they're like if player X goes out, like Micah goes down for whatever reason, can we put whoever here, whatever that I trust Dan Quinn with all my heart, with all my soul, with everything.
Yes.
The last 2 years I've come to fruition like, hey. Now, and I think what's going to help too is that us not having to double team on the outside with the receiver, like with corners, because we have 2 lockdown corners.
Yes.
We have great safety help. You're going to be able to put more in the box. And I think that's going to help your run defense. So I'm not really worried. It didn't look great considering that we were pretty much dead last year against the rush.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't put much stock into preseason. I just try to see how good players are playing, and who's going to make the team, who's not going to make the team, all this and that. So ask me after week 3 of the preseason if I feel any different. But, man, Jacksonville's offense, though, I mean, you got to remember that it's also their starters that they're playing too. Trevor Lawrence was in. And basically a lot of our third stringers were playing, a lot of second string, none of our first stringers were playing. So I can't. It's apples and oranges. I can't really give you an idea, but yeah, it is. I mean, it gives you a little bit of worrisome, right? Because of our run defense did suck so bad last year, and
it looks like it will again this year.
It does, but I have hope that Dan Quinn's going to figure this out, and I feel like we're going to. And don't be surprised if they go out and go get another trade or someone in free agent that can help us stop the run either. As it's all said and done.
So, I mean, and I agree with you. I especially with the way the NFL and especially, in particular, the Dallas Cowboys, the way they continue to work preseason and the regular season. People come and they talk to me, and as soon as they find out, oh, you're a Cowboys fan, oh, you're going to suck. I said, well, you know what? Or you think that you're going to win the Super Bowl. Realistically, talk to me fourth game of the season, right? That's 3 games after they've started and they've played. And I think that's really relevant to all NFL teams that don't play their starters during preseason. But here's the problem with that. Coming out of the gate, we have a divisional game. So if Danny Jones and Saquon Barkley and those guys start anytime during preseason, they'll have more work than our starters will. And they're slow starters. They don't come right out of the gate, working on all cylinders.
No, I mean, look at last year against Tampa Bay. And
Exactly my point. And it's been that way every year.
Well, no, 2 years ago against Tampa,
we still got beat
by 2 points. Our offense was looking good. That's when Dak had.
Yeah.
It was the Final Four was 45-42 or something. Our defense sucked, but our offense.
The defense was, it was very, very bad. Very, very bad. But this is what I'm saying, though, is that, and it's kind of one of those things where, which do you choose? Do you say, hey, we want to take a chance in preseason and they get hurt? Or you say, we're going to wait until they see live action in the regular season, and then they're not ready, and you drop a game. Like when you look at Cincinnati and their quarterback, Burrow, he goes down with a calf injury, and they said, it was possibly like 5 weeks or something like that. And he'll probably come back before then. I'm sure he'll probably be day one starter if they haven't already said it. I think they already have, but at least you have enough time to work them in and get them ready. If you wait until the first game and they get hurt or injured or try to knock the rust off again, 3 weeks into the season, how does that look?
You're right. Typically, we look awful the first week when we don't play.
Yeah.
We really don't. And like you said, but you know what? Dak doesn't lose to the Giants.
He doesn't.
Unless he gets hurt.
But you have Saquon Barkley, who's coming in, who's ready really to prove himself. And I think he's so disgruntled about his contract situation. He's going to run wild so he can get a better deal.
Yeah, but
because he's franchised this year.
He is franchised.
He's franchised this year.
Yeah, and he can't be franchise tag next year, and he wants that deal. And he knows how long what the running back game is now. There's no long-term running backs anymore.
Right.
There's no more Miss Barry Sanders of the world.
No.
Deals like that. So it is frightening because we need to come out of the gates hot because it is a divisional game, and I keep pace with those vintage Eagles. Man, we got to keep it rolling, but and then we got the Jets after that. It's going to because they got a two-headed monster running back if Bruce Hall plays.
Right.
They just signed Brandon Cooks. So So we might be going. We could go down 0-2. We can go up 2. I mean,
we could, and they got that dude. The people that love him, Douche Dodgers, is over there now. So
they beat the cow. He loves beating the Cowboys.
He loves beating the Cowboys. So I mean, those first 3 weeks are not going to be a cakewalk, and they're not pushovers. So, and then look, for all intents and purposes, I love what Robert Saleh is doing over there. I really do. I think he's a good coach. He's getting them motivated to play well and change the culture of the New York Jets. So, I think it's going to be. I think it'll be scary, and we've got to really hunker down to see what happens. But make sure that you, of course, like, subscribe, share. Also, on BGSC Network and Cowboys Cutting Up every Tuesday. But man, I'm a little worried. I cannot lie. I'm a little worried, but not too worried. Not too worried. Now let me ask you this question: what position are you looking forward to seeing this preseason, though, or actually just kind of in this coming season?
Oh man, wide receiver.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Lamb. I want to see how Michael Gallup comes back because it's always the second year after the ACL tear. Last year was a filling out process. He wasn't the same. We all saw that. All the stories coming out from Canada. He looks better than ever, faster than ever, whatever the case may be. how early. I want to see if that's all hype or if that's really what's happening. Also, Jalen Tolbert, we've heard I've seen tape. He looks better than he did last year in preseason, but he was inactive for 16 of the 17 games last year. But
right.
I do believe, and I said this last year, I still think that he's going to be a stud wide receiver. I just think that I think he just needed to learn and see how the NFL is, and I think the preseason is going to help him. He's actually looking pretty good. And then Brandon Cooks, see if he can take it, still has that 1,000 yards in him because he gets 1,000 yards no matter who the quarterback is. So
right.
It's going to help out our run game too. So I'm actually looking forward to the wide receivers, and honestly, turning that into tight ends too. Without Dalton Schultz, Dak's safety blanket, Ferguson, how is he going to do? Hendershot. Ferguson had a pretty good preseason game on Saturday. So, but Schultz was our go-to old, I guess you can call him a Jason Witten. Whatever his name is, Witten.
Witten. Yeah, Jason Witten, yeah.
Jason Witten's mini-me, but he wasn't as good as Jason Witten, but I'm just saying that he was a safety blanket for Dak. So I want to see if see if that's a big drop-off or not here or there. But that's what I'm looking forward to. I know our defense is going to be good. I know our defense is going to be stacked. I know and then Tony Pollard as well. I'm just going to name them all. I just want to see Tony after that leg injury. I just want to – who's going to be our running back number 2? Is Ronald Jones going to be is he even going to make the team because he's suspended the first 2 games? There's talk about him not even making the team this year. So who's going to be our running back 2? That's going to be the big thing. But honestly, it all leads up to the raw receivers and opening up that run game for Dak Prescott and the running backs.
Yeah, I think I agree. The receivers, everyone's going to be watching that. I think the running back situation is one that I'll be watching. I'm actually going to be watching the interior line play and how they're going to use Micah this year. That's really kind of what I'm looking forward to, and seeing how Dan Quinn can, is he going to have him strictly as a pass rusher, or is he going to be able to flex him in certain situations? I think that's one of the things that I love about Micah Parsons, but I hate the scheme because I think if he focuses on one thing, he would be awesome at it. But because he has to focus on so many different things, I kind of think it diminishes some of his play because he's got a lot. And not to say that he can't do it. I think he's all world. But if he focuses on being a pass rusher, or if he's going to focus on, being a strong side linebacker, I think he can do either one. But to do both, I think it may be difficult. I love the tight ends. I love Hendershot. I love Ferguson. I actually think both of them are better than Schultz. I think they can be. And I like Schultz, but I think they're more physical, better blockers, and they can catch the ball down the field. So, and be that security blanket that he'll need. If they're going up the seam, I think that'll be a great clear out for CD or Tolbert, or for Gallup. I'm curious to see if he does bounce back like most people think he will that second year after that injury. I think they took a big gamble on him. I just don't see it. I didn't think he was that great before. I thought he was a 3, not necessarily a 2 when it came to receivers, but
he was a 3 until last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb and Cooper.
Yeah. And because you got rid of Cooper because you wanted to, you took the bet and
the money. And now we have Brandon Cook, so will that put him back at a 3, you would think? And
yeah, it has to.
So then maybe that yeah, right? But
so where do you put Tolbert?
Back up.
So you signed Cook, you got CD, of course.
Well, can Cook stay healthy though for the whole season at his age? So Tolbert's going to see some playing time. That's where
he'll see it. Sure.
Maybe if he plays good, I don't know, but he had a good he had an all right preseason game 1, so he did better than last year. I remember that. Good God.
Yeah, but it's preseason ain't regular season. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting to see what happens, because in preseason he was great, right? In practices and all of that. Oh, he's this guy. He's this and he's that. He's going to be great. And as preseason progressed and we started getting into the season, it was let's put him on the shelf a little bit, So, oh, you know who we didn't talk about? We talked about running backs. Deuce.
I thought you were going to get to him.
Deuce. I want to see Deuce. I want to see more of Deuce.
Oh, yeah. I want to see him in the kickoff and punt return game.
Him and Turpin? Turpin had a little bit of issue this past preseason, but I mean, it's preseason.
It's preseason. Get it out of the way now. But at the same time, they're trying to implement Turpin in the offense more as well, too, this year. They want to put him in the slot, and I think they're trying to put Deuce, maybe, if he makes a team, which I hope the guy, because he showed flashes of glory. And when they drafted him, everyone's asking me, was it just because of his dad being the scout? Was it a favor? Or I'm like, no, this kid can play because I watch a lot of Big 12. I watch a lot of Big 12 football.
Yeah,
same. And I'm like, do y'all remember a guy named Darren Sproles? Just saying.
That's him.
That's him. Yeah, Hall of Fame career. I'm just saying. So,
yeah.
The dude's fun. He had like I said, it's just preseason, but at the same time, that guy's quick and he hits those holes. Like, you can't see him when he's behind the offensive line. Like, he just hits the holes, and all of a sudden, like, I thought he had him for loss, and all of a sudden he has a 9-10 yard gain. So I like dude's fun. I hope he makes a team. I hope he does. But man, this running back, who's that guy who fumbled at the 1 yard line?
Oh, it wasn't Davis. It was the other guy.
Oh, yeah. We have Malik Davis. We have Dagu. We have
Pollard, and then we have Deuce.
Yeah, so our running back room is kind of
and we still got Jones, who's on suspension.
Yeah, so
was it? No, it wasn't Jones. I know who you're talking about. I think it was like number 23 or something, but I don't think he's gonna make the team anyway.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think you're done, dude. But Deuce, if he makes a team, I think it's gonna be for special team purposes.
Yeah, I think for now he probably will. But I like your thought as far as him, coming into those maybe a third down situation or something like that, kind of drifting him off, or maybe a screenplay or a wheel route or something like that, where he can, catch the ball and then zip up there. But yeah, he definitely reminds me of a Darren Sproles type, not just his size, but not only just because of size, but strength and speed.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really liked him, watching him at K-State. K-State is always a tough out for anyone. I don't care, especially if they're playing in Manhattan. But
the Little Apple.
Yeah, but he definitely was a standout there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Deuce. I think he's gonna be really good. I'm looking at the schedule, and we talk about those, and I love the fact that we're playing the Raiders for preseason. Love it. But it seems like it's very heavy West Coast this year. After the Jets, we go out to Arizona, then New England, then we play San Francisco in San Francisco. That's gonna be a great game. Chargers, Rams, and then we come back into the division with Philly and New York again. And so that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 games before, and 6 games after we play our first division. And so a total of 7 games before we play 2 divisional games. So there's some wiggle room there, but that means it's going to be the back half of it is going to be heavy with divisional games, and we end it with Washington. So it's going to be very unique to see. Playing Detroit, playing Miami,
playing Buffalo.
And we play Seattle, and we play them actually, that's our next preseason game, and we play them in regular season. So I don't suspect we're going to do anything other than base stuff, not to show what we're going to do. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, a lot of West Coast teams that will be playing. But I'm looking forward to it. I think this is a season where we have a good chance. Like I said, I definitely see us winning against the Rams. I think we have a really good chance against the Chargers. We're playing up against an OC that we know.
That could work both ways.
That's true. That's true. But if he's anything like what he's done here, then I'm not afraid.
Yeah, but he has a better quarterback than what we had.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't agree? You take Dak over Justin.
Ooh.
I'm just being honest.
No, I want you to be honest. I mean, that's what this is all about. You know, Cowboys
I'm not taking the team, guys. I'm taking
Get him.
Justin Herbert, I think, is a top 5 quarterback in this league.
A top 5?
Oh, yeah.
Justin Herbert?
Oh, yeah.
So who's the other 4? I'm curious.
Oh, Patty Holmes.
Okay, yeah. That's perennial number 1.
Burrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Man.
You know, you got
top 3?
Who? Really?
Allen.
Okay.
He's kind of scuffled a little bit. Allen.
I mean, he's got the same stats as Dak, but go ahead.
Josh does?
Yeah, he does. He does. He really does. If you look
at him,
okay. Yeah, he does. He's got the same stats.
Okay.
But okay, Josh Allen, it's your list. You're saying Josh Allen. So let's see. Patty Holmes, Burrow, Allen. Who else did you have?
That's all I had so far.
That's all you got so far.
I do Trevor Lawrence.
Wow.
And the reason I'm not putting Aaron Rodgers on there is because I think he's over the hill.
Oh, yeah. I don't care about that. I'm just surprised that there's someone you haven't said yet.
Who?
I hate to say it, but Jalen Hurts.
No. I still don't think Jalen Hurts is a top 7 quarterback in the league. I don't.
I put him before Herbert, though.
Talk to me after this year.
I'd still put him before Herbert.
Herbert's had 3 consecutive good years in a row. Jalen Hurts is having one good year.
Oh,
and
that
was offense.
The year before he had a good season.
No, he wasn't having a good year until they changed the offense to the offense they had now. Just saying.
I mean,
and now he's losing his offensive coordinator.
He was still beating the Cowboys, though. That's the part to me that
he beat the Cowboys once.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's what Dak did not play. Yes.
We said that's what Dak didn't play.
The one game Dak didn't play, he won. Yes, we beat him twice last year. Or not last year, the year before.
No, we didn't.
The year before that. The year before that.
And he didn't play the last game.
But he played the previous years before, and Dak beat him twice. I'm just saying.
Dude, I'm just
Jalen Hurts has got to prove it to me one more time. I'm sorry. I think he's a system quarterback, and I'm probably off. I
think you're off on that.
I
don't see him as a system quarterback.
I will see
Justin Herbert to me seems more like a system quarterback than anything else. Oh yeah, come on, yeah. He's a system quarterback, man.
Fine.
He is.
Fine. Even if you put Jalen Hurts in there, he's still a top 5. You're having him or Trevor Lawrence out.
Oh wow, that's okay. I think if Tua stayed healthy, he would probably be.
Here we go.
And I also think, I do. And I also think if he was healthy, Lamar Jackson.
Oh, forgot about Lamar.
I would probably put him there.
I want to see what Lamar does with weapons. That's what I want to see this year. That's exactly what I want to see.
I would probably say Lamar would be a top.
It's a flexible list. But I will say that the AFC has the better quarterbacks in the NFC.
Is fluid? Yes. Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Even with even with the Houston quarterbacks and the Carolina quarterbacks dragging it down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Carolina's in the NFC though.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I meant Vegas. My bad.
Yeah, Vegas. But hey, Cowboys fans, Dak still a top 10 quarterback. He's
Top 10,
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Last year he went. I had him at top 5 last year until last year's whatever he was
last
doing.
year was 15 interceptions. We can't do that.
And he missed how many games? 4?
No, he missed
5.
No, 7. Was it 5 or 7?
I think it was 5 because he was 4-1. Cooper Rush was 4-1.
Yeah, it was 5 games. He missed 5 games, and he still led the league in interceptions. It's crazy. So I mean, when you look at that average, that meant that he was probably going to get up to around 21, 22 interceptions last season. That's Favre-esque. That's up there with Brett Favre.
With Brett Favre, he made up for those interceptions, though, didn't he?
But I mean, there was one season where he had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. I remember that season. That was the season I drafted him in my fantasy. It was like never again.
So don't draft Dak this year.
No, don't draft Dak. No. If he plays the full season, no, he'll get your points, but he'll take them away.
That's true.
No, if you do draft him, yeah, later rounds, way later. Plus, that's a rule though. You should never draft your own team.
No, because then it takes away like the.
Oh man, because I drafted Dak. It's
nerve-wracking when you do that.
Yeah, I drafted Dak. Maybe 4 seasons ago. About 4 seasons ago, I had him, and I had I can't remember the kid's name anymore. I don't even think he plays anymore. But it was between him and Dak, and they were going back and forth. It was the last game of the season, so I'm in a championship. Like, I don't know if they're gonna play him. It's like a game time decision. It's like, what do you mean it's a game time decision? You can't do a game time decision. Not on last week. Do they not play fantasy? Of course, they started him. I didn't start him. Of course, he goes off that game, and I end up losing. I lost. So I will never draft Dak. I just want to watch him play and win and be proven wrong. That's all. That's my rant for that. In preseason. Play them in preseason. Good God. Why not?
Well, you're asking Dallas Cowboys. Tony Romo against the Seattle Seahawks broke your back.
I thought we said no Tony Romo talk.
I know, but if you want to go and talk about why they don't play, that's a reason why we don't do it. Because ever since Tony Romo, they haven't played their starters.
Here's the deal.
That's it. That's all we're talking about
this season. There will be no Tony Romo talk.
I wasn't talking about comparing him to Dak Prescott. I was just saying that since the injury to his back, that's why they don't play the starters in preseason. I'm just making a point. I'm not saying anything else about it. Go ahead. Move on.
I mean, he stayed injured.
Yeah, because never mind. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You said we're not talking about it anymore. I'm done.
There's no Tony Romo talk here anymore. He's gone. He's doing his own.
You're the one keep talking about it. I'm done with it.
Are you done?
I'm done.
No more Tony Romo talk.
No, I'm done. This is Dak's team, baby.
Now it's Dak's team. All right.
Well, it's his last year and no more excuses. Am I wrong?
Well, here's the question. Do you think he would, if he doesn't go to the Super Bowl, we know McCarthy's going to be out. I think we can pretty much say
Dan Quinn's already in the handshake deal with Jerry Jones.
Yeah. I mean, I think he had opportunities to go different places, right? But I think he saw that, number one, this defense is the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best in the league. So to go somewhere else and try to rebuild another defense or a defense that's close to it is San Francisco, to be honest with you. Philly has a great defense as well. I don't see any team in the AFC that has a defense like this.
Jets?
Maybe Jets. maybe.
That's the Jets' only reason why they're in those games last year.
Yeah, Jets maybe. Jets maybe. Yeah, Buffalo has a pretty nice defense. They're not bad, but I mean to have it at the caliber that the Cowboys have, and you can say what you want to, Cowboy haters, because I know you watch. But that defense is solid. No, tops.
There's not really a weak link in that defense.
As soon as we get that rushing defense
down. Well, I'm still not sold on it. I want to see the first, like you said, the first 4 weeks. And see how our starters do.
Yeah, and we're gonna have some formidable runners against us. So, yeah, like I said, you got Giants, Jets, Arizona. That should be a win. You have New England. So now we're gonna get to see what Zeke looks like.
And we also have Stevenson too.
Yeah. Yes. So, and then we have San Francisco, and with McCaffrey and now their quarterback situation.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Brock. Well, I mean, it's pretty much Brock Purdy's show, right? It's his to lose, if you ask me. And then you got, like I said, you got Chargers. So those first 6 weeks.
We're gonna see, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're gonna find out real quick.
We're gonna find out real quick what we look like against the run and how that offense can move the ball down the field.
With our run first offense this year that McCarthy's going to put in, even though he's never ran the ball in a day in his life, but whatever.
Like I want to root for him, but it just is so hard.
You know what? I will give McCarthy credit on this. When's the last coach that took us to back-to-back playoffs and both back to 12-win seasons? We usually make the playoffs. We miss the playoffs.
Jimmy Johnson.
Who's not in the Ring of Honor for whatever reason that is.
We know what the reason is.
Yeah, we all do. I still think that's a freaking curse.
I agree. It's that and the devil. I told you my theory.
I guess he didn't make a deal with the devil last year.
He did, but he's not ready to go yet. When he says, "Okay, I'm ready to leave the earth," the devil will say, "All right, Cowboys win," and Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. And right when he raises that trophy, done. Right there. And I'm not wishing ill will against you, Jerry Jones. I look.
He's 80 years old.
He's old.
He's at a party, though.
That is what I hear, and I really want to find out for myself. So, Jerry, you let me know. I'm there, buddy. I'll pack up my Scion.
After you told him to deal with the devil, he's going to die. So he's going to let you right in, buddy. Let me tell you.
Let me in, man. Let me in. Let's party. I'll party with you, bro. I'll be there to catch you, man. I don't know about the rest of your people, but I will.
Nah, I don't know.
I'll be there to catch you.
I don't know about Steve.
I don't know, man. Yeah, but no, I like I said, I know why we all know why Jimmy is not in there, and he should be, right? Well deserved.
If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl this year, he'll be in.
You think so?
Yes. Because then Jerry will say, "Told you I can do it without you, Jimmy."
I mean, he did it with Barry, so
that was Jimmy's team. Let's be honest.
Yes, it was Jimmy's team. Yes, it was. Yes, but he kind of said, "See, I could do it without you." But yeah, that was Jerry's team. No, I mean that was Jimmy's team. And ever since then, and you might be on to something where it's the curse to Jimmy Johnson, and why he's not even letting the building. At all, but I don't know, man. It's so weird to see that because people love Jimmy Johnson, especially here. They love him. He's revered.
I love Jimmy Johnson.
I love Jimmy Johnson too. I loved him in Miami, and I have nothing. There's no relations for me in Miami or Florida at all. But let him in. Let him in, Jerry. Let Jimmy in. Let him in.
After you said on national TV that he's going to be in last year in the Hall of Fame game, you still haven't done it?
He's 80.
What are you for?
I don't recall that.
I had one too many cocktails in.
So, all right, we're starting to get towards the end. I think we both have agree. As we start to move forward in this preseason, it's good to see some of the younger guys, the second year, third year guys coming through here. But the reality is that we're all waiting for September, right? We're waiting for September. We're waiting for these preseason games to be over with, so we can finally say, let's get to the real football. Let's get to it.
Where the honeys hate us from now until February, where we get to do nothing.
Oh my gosh!
Where they have to plan everything around football.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, we can't do that. It's football season. It's the Cowboys are playing today.
You only get 17 weeks. Chill out.
Exactly. That's all. That's it. This only lasts until February, hopefully. Hopefully. The reality is December.
January.
December.
Oh, we play January games now.
We play January, yeah. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. January 7th is the last regular season game. That's it.
Dude, if we don't make the playoffs in this crappy NFC, then that tells you what you need to do about the Cowboys.
We'll make the playoffs. We'll make it with this season, with this schedule, we should make the playoffs. Especially looking at the rest of the divisions. The South, they'll have one. The West, they'll have one. They'll have one. They'll have San Francisco, maybe Seattle. Maybe.
Seattle. I think Seattle will.
Yeah. So, and then out of the North,
one.
The
Bears.
Yeah. So, actually, I think it'll be the Lions.
All Lions, yeah.
I think it'll be the Lions.
I meant Lions or...
Yeah. Lions and Bears, Packers on by. But it won't be the Packers. It won't be Minnesota. Minnesota? No, they'll choke it out. So they may have two. Great. They may have two. And out of the NFC East, I honestly think it'll be another three again. Between Philly, Dallas, and the Giants.
I don't think the Giants will.
I think the Giants can.
They have a tougher schedule this year than they did last year.
Yeah, but I think also I think they're going to build on what they did last year, and I think it's going to really help them. So, yeah, I can see them doing it.
So in your scenario, only North, West, South are only getting one team, and then we're getting three because they take 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah. Yeah. If the Giants don't make it, then I would give it to either the North or the West. The South is not going to put more than one in.
No, they shouldn't be allowed to put a team in.
I was going to say they shouldn't even be allowed one. As trash as they are. And that's with me really wanting to see Bijan Robinson out in Atlanta.
I think Atlanta might surprise some teams this year. I think
they might. But again, you still have Carolina and Tampa Bay and New Orleans. Who cares? It's one team. It's one team. Okay. Out in the West, like we said, it'll be Seattle or San Francisco. I think it's going to be that. You have Arizona and you have who else?
Mind. You can have 3 and then 2 in another division.
Yeah.
What happened last year? Seattle got in, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We'll have the 3, and then I think you'll actually have 2 out of the North, and then the others will be 1.
So you're giving the Commanders no chance.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
With
who's a quarterback? Who's a veteran? No, not at all. No.
Last year.
He did. He did.
In a must-win game.
They did. But I still believe Washington will be on the outside looking in.
The pass rush on that defense is the only thing that's going to keep those games interesting for me.
It is, but they don't score.
Yeah,
they're not a scoring defense. That's the thing about their defense. They don't score, and they can't move the ball offensively. Now you have a new OC/assistant head coach in Bieniemy, and I wish him all the best. I think he got a raw deal out of all of this. And there are reports that are coming out that he's way too hard on the team.
Our society's become so soft in that.
He's yelling at me. He's telling me I should do better. Bro. And because of that culture, they won't get in. Because of that culture.
Okay.
Nothing else. So, yeah, that's my 3 coming out of the East, 2 out of the North, 1 out of the West, 1 out of the South. And there's your teams. There's your teams. There's your divisions. But we make the playoffs. That's all I care about. We make the playoffs. Now, when we get there, what do? Hopefully, we play a South team again. So that'll get us a win.
And then we go to San Francisco again.
If we go to San Francisco again, we lose.
We can beat San Francisco in the regular season, but in the playoffs, forget about it.
Maybe we'll get a North team. Maybe.
Or we win the division.
I don't see us winning the division.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't. I don't see it.
I do.
Well, how do you see that?
Eagles are going to have a harder schedule this year. They lost 5 of the best players on defense. They had a cupcake schedule. If you go back and look at their schedule last year, they had a cupcake schedule.
Yeah.
They lost both their offensive and defensive coordinators. And teams have already got tape on them. And you're forgetting the one fact, there's not been a repeat champion since the Eagles in 2005.
That's true. I have not forgotten that. I haven't.
We're going to break the curse this year.
I think so. Look, man, I'm a Cowboys fan all the way.
That's good, because you said we were going to break the curse last year and we didn't. So that means we're going to.
We didn't break the curse. So that's why I don't think we.
Or the Giants can win the division.
I was about to say, at least if the Giants. No,
Danny Jones.
I can't have Danny Jones win a division at all, ever. I can't have him win it ever. I can't have him win it ever. That's wrong. That's wrong.
He's a franchise quarterback, man. He's got paid this year.
Really? That's what we're doing?
Just giving you
that's what we're doing.
I just think it's funny how.
So was that Pat Stafford? Statting whatever. That dude in the Rams.
Oh, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I call him Pat Stafford because he's just pads and stats.
He did. And they got a lucky break when they won them. And that's kudos to them, man. They got lucky breaks when they won the Super Bowl. So
yeah, they did. Because Cincinnati should be very upset. That should be their ring.
And going back to the Eagles again, they got a lucky break with all these injuries in the playoff. I mean, they played the Giants, for God's sake. That was horrible. And then they played a team without a quarterback.
I mean, they kept knocking them out, but they did their job.
I'm just saying they
did their job. They had McCaffrey back there playing quarterback. They did their job.
How good that was on that.
They did their job. Can't run the ball when everyone knows you're getting it.
The thing that concerns me, though, is about 49ers. Can they stay healthy? Because they're always hurt. And they have McCaffrey. Yeah. McCaffrey stayed healthy pretty much, but can he stay healthy all year? I don't know. And then Purdy, if he gets hurt that easily when a guy barely tackles him, knocks his shoulder or his stinger and can't come back in and throw. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like that's – and then Bosa's always injured as well, so that's another. Yeah. So are the injuries going to catch up to the 49ers this year? Maybe. But honestly, if the Cowboys stay injury-free for the most part, no big injuries this year, because injuries are going to happen. We all know it is.
Yeah, sure.
I see the Cowboys. They can be the 1 or 2 seed in this conference. Very simple, very easily. I truly believe that.
Yeah, and it's not to say that this is a down year for the conference, but I think
It's
just
a down year for the conference.
wow, I wouldn't say that, man. Look,
the Eagles, Cowboys, and 49ers. Who else after that?
I like Seattle. I
don't
like what
feel that's
Seattle.
a Super Bowl team though, with Geno Smith.
Okay, all right, but
Their
I think
defense needs to get better.
their defense does need to get better, but their defense isn't mediocre. It's not bad. It's a
Well, here's
good
the top
enough.
3, and then here's Seattle, and then here's everybody else.
Yes, they're mid. They're mid.
For the AFC, it's like 7 teams up here.
But you know what though? For me, the AFC is about their offense, which is odd to say. Well, I guess not. But to me, they have the best offense because their defense is not that great. There's not a defense in the AFC that I'm looking at like, ooh, they're scary. There's not one. There's not one. The Chiefs don't have a scary defense. Buffalo doesn't.
Jets probably the only one. Jets had a pretty good defense last year.
Okay, the Jets.
That's it, though. But we play the Jets.
And we do play the Jets. But like I said, if I'm looking at, and you're right, I'm not taking away from what you're saying that the AFC don't have great teams, but those teams they're going to score 40 points on you. Like even when Tua is healthy, he can score 40 points on you, right? You have obviously Kansas City, they can score 40 points.
The Dolphins might have a pretty good defense as well this year too.
Defense, they're not bad at all. Scary, but
good. It depends if Ramsey comes back this year or not.
Yeah, because he got injured in preseason. But again, you look around and you're like, I'm not seeing it. So I think our defense is a lot better. If our offense can stay healthy and can make good decisions, yes, Super Bowl. Let's go.
I think our defense is good enough to get us to the Super Bowl without a good offense. You don't think so?
No, we've got to score some points.
Well, I know we got to score for points, but there's going to be games where the defense is going to win us some games.
Listen, there were games last season we couldn't score 21 points.
That was with Cooper Rush
and Dak. So and Dak, we couldn't score.
Not the great Dak Prescott.
Oh, here we go. Dak bashing.
I'm not. I like Dak.
I like Dak.
I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great human being. But
quarterback
last year just put a sour taste in my mouth.
Could you say Dak is a great quarterback? Can you say that?
He is a good quarterback. Great, kind of
okay. A good quarterback with a awesome, not just a great, an awesome defense can get you a Super Bowl.
Yes.
I think we can agree with that. I'm looking at you, Tampa Bay and Trent Dilfer.
Exactly.
Yes, it can definitely happen.
But this ain't the 90s football anymore either. Though.
This is not the 90s football.
Or early 2000s.
Yeah, it's not that. It is. It is. You have to be careful. You can't hit people. You can't hit the quarterback too hard unless they're a running quarterback. Then you just nail them. You just tee off on them. But yeah, I definitely can see that. I know it's funny. In preseason, we all say that, we're all going to make the Super Bowl. Every fan says it. Every team says it. It's funny, though, when Cowboys fans say it, people are like, oh, you're delusional. Oh, here we go. It's like, you don't think your team's going to make the Super Bowl? Well, yeah, but you're not delusional? Cleveland, I'm looking at you. Come on. What do we do? What are we doing here? Arizona, I'm looking at you. Come on. If your team sucks, just go ahead and admit it. We'll be glad if we field a team this year. Like, that's what you should be saying, Arizona. We're just happy that we have a team. We're able to get 53 on the roster. We're happy about that. We're happy. And just keep it moving. Don't talk to me, fans of Las Vegas. Don't talk to me about your team. Don't talk to me about my team. Nah, I don't want to hear it. New England, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear from you. Cleveland, I don't want to hear from you. I just don't. I just don't. Just Pittsburgh, I don't want to hear from you. I don't even know who the quarterback is up there. Who is that?
Pickett.
Mallet?
Kenny Pickett.
Pickett, yeah, Pickett. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to hear from them. I just don't. And you know what they tell? You know what's funny is when I hear Steelers fans say to me, "Oh, but who has 6 Super Bowls?" Bro, when was the last time you won yours?
2009.
It was in the 2000s. That's what I hear. I said, and before then? And before that? So come on, man. Just stop it. Okay? Stop it. Your parents' weren't even born when they won their last one before that. So at least I've seen it in my lifetime. I've seen it in my lifetime.
I feel like you're talking to like
I'm talking to them.
This is your rant for the evening.
This is my rant. This is Stoglin rant. J-Stogs rant. I hate him, man. I hate him. But that's okay. All right, Trey. Jay and Trey. We're closing this out. As always, it's been fun. Hey, we're starting in on a new season. What are you most excited about this season?
Football starting?
Yes.
What am I most excited about? Man, just I guess football, man. Just finally to stop talking and playing, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm most excited. Gilmore in the corners, Diggs. I'm anxious to see how Diggs is going to follow up his 2 great years. If he's going to have that great 3rd year as well. He's been tearing it up in training camp, basically being Dak's little. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm excited to see that defense. And finally, we're putting the big D in Dallas like we used to back in the night. And that's what it feels like. It gives me vibes of the old 90s, like the old Cowboys teams. Like we look forward to seeing every year.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to hear the click and clacking of the pads. I'm excited for excitement. It seems like this summer was really long.
Yes.
Really, really long. So I'm just excited that's and I hate to say this, but I'm glad that sports are back. And football is not, there's other sports going on. We talked about, baseball and soccer and MLS and FIBA and all of that. But hey, man, sports are back. Football is back.
Football is a kickoff to all the other sports.
It's the kickoff to greatness of
sports. Even though baseball is on, no one really cares until October.
That's true. Even though my Rangers, AL West leading Rangers.
Hey, I'm not talking shit.
Yeah, with 5 All-Stars. Let's go.
Don't ask me how my team's doing, so you're good.
We know the Yankees suck. So it's all right.
They suck this year. You're right.
I love it too. I absolutely love it. I do. I hate them so much. But hey, I'm J-Stogs, the Buff Nerd. That is Trey Collis, the voice of Hill Country Sports. Make sure that you check him out. I got you, man. Make sure that you check him out. Let's see. Your color commentating
every Friday night.
Every Friday night. Yes. Where can they catch you, man?
JamBroadcasting.com. Just download the app and hit my Mike FM 103.7. You can hear me every Friday night.
There you go. Make sure that you tune in to him. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this podcast on BGSC. Guess what? Big Game Sports Buzz is coming back in about a week. So Big Game and I will be chomping at each other. And of course, Chop Shop will be back as well with Big Game and the dude from the man cave. This guy, he's so funny. I can't even remember his name now. So I'm getting old.
It sucks getting old.
It sucks getting old. Anyway, check out Man Cave. That's on Mondays. And Chop Shop. That's coming up. So we got a lot of stuff. Blurtitude is coming back. Some new stuff for Blurtitude. So it should be fun. We'll be talking anime, manga, DC, Marvel, which is sucking right now. But anyway, hey, Cowboys, America's team. How about them Cowboys? For sure. Again, make sure that you check it all out. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Thank y'all so much for being here.